This is ABC15 Mornings.
Changing the state's early voting list.
Not a single Arizona voter will lose their right to vote as a result of this new law.
The governor signs a bill into law this morning. You hear from both supporters and opponents. And what's next?
Free unlimited storage about to become history.
If you have a bunch of stuff you want to get uploaded, do so before June 1st.
What you need to know about Google Photos.
Prom is a rite of passage for high school seniors.
We want every child to have these experiences. They need these experiences.
How the pandemic stopped the music for some, but not for others.
Donations desperately needed.
We normally receive more than 400,000 pounds of food from that drive. This is the second year in a row that there isn't going to be a Stamp Out Hunger drive.
This morning, we go in depth when it comes to child food insecurity.
Gas prices nationwide hit $3 a gallon.
It's possible by the end of the week, it could go up another 3 to 7 cents.
How high are prices across Arizona?
And circle those dates on your calendar. Today, the NFL will release its schedule. It's an exciting time to think ahead to football, cooler weather. We're going to start warming things up. Talk about those gas prices. Obviously, a lot of people thinking about that as well. And we are going to be sharing a few places where you can find lower prices. We're glad you're waking up with us. Kaylee O'Kelly here in studio. Nick Saletti is in our newsroom.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday to you. Hey, got some good news right away. Off the top here at 6, nice weather to wake up to. Meteorologist Iris Emercio standing by right now with a quick look at that most accurate forecast.
We're going to ease into it by talking about how nice it is now, but then we've got to get to how hot it's going to be this afternoon. Yeah, I'm calling it hot because the triple digits are back today. Look for a high of 100 degrees in Phoenix. So that means if you want to enjoy the cooler temperatures, now really is the time to get outside. Temperatures are in the 60s across most of the valley, and as promised, even Phoenix has officially dipped down into those upper 60s. But we're not going to be here long. I think by 7 a.m., those temperatures are already starting to climb back into the 70s, and then we'll see the 80s likely around 9 o'clock, with temperatures hitting the 90s as early as lunchtime. Yesterday, we reached a high of 95. We'll already be past that by 2 o'clock. Today, Phoenix tops out right at 100 degrees this afternoon. We're also dealing with air quality alerts, a high pollution advisory that's back in effect for today, and that alert now extended a little further out from Maricopa County. We'll talk about all of that in that full forecast still ahead.
And Iris, you're talking about that air quality too. Maybe carpooling might be a good option because out on the roads, there's a lot going on, just a lot of things out in the roadway that may cause you some issues. Now, the northern part of the valley, the 17 and the 101, all green conditions, also green in the East Valley. This is where we're seeing some of those trouble spots on the I-17, both the northbound and southbound lanes. We have debris in the roadway near Grant. And then as we look along the 10, we also have an obstruction there on the eastbound lanes near 35th Avenue. As we move further back there near Tonopah, we also have debris on the road near I-10 and Perryville. And one more to tell you about here, a hazard on the Loop 202 northbound. We have the entry lane from Baseline westbound that is blocked, and also one more obstruction, AZ Loop 202 southbound, debris in the road at Vequiva Way. So just a lot of things out there to keep in mind on your drive. I'll get you a look at those desert drive times coming up.
All right, be careful out there, right? Well, it's not an election year, but results of the 2020 election continue to make headlines here in Arizona. Governor Ducey just signing a bill, and this one brings some changes to early voting. Our Nohe Lonnie Graff live this morning, and Nohe voters could get kicked off the early voting list. But that's why we're talking about this before it's time to vote again.
Yeah, exactly, Kaylee. Good morning to you. SB 1485 would make it easier to purge tens of thousands of Arizonans from the mail-in voting list, which then specifically focuses on the early voting system here. So Arizona voters who don't cast a ballot and an early mail-in ballot, to be specific, in 2 election cycles or over the course of 4 years, will be removed from the state's so-called permanent early voting list. Voters who are kicked off the list will still be allowed to reapply. One state senator said the initiative simply removes non-voters, but critics, on the other hand, say that the bill amounts to voter suppression because it makes it more difficult for occasional voters, voters of color, and independents to participate. Our ABC 15 data analyst Garrett Archer reminding people, though, that they can still vote.
This isn't removing anyone from the voter rolls. So the reality is that people are going to vote. And if for some reason you don't get your ballot and you're used to getting your ballot, you call up the county recorder and say, "Where is my ballot?" They say, "Well, you're not on the list anymore." So they say, "Well, can I get a ballot?" And they say, "Of course." And they mail you a ballot. So realistically, there's probably not that much impact in the grand scheme of things.
So again, just to emphasize his point, this doesn't mean that you get removed from the Arizona voting rolls, and you can still request to be added or go vote in person. Kaylee, it just means you're really going to have to pay attention the next time we come up on an election cycle.
All right, thank you for making that clear. We appreciate it, Nohe. This week, the state Senate's election audit will get a break, allowing high school seniors, the graduates, to have graduation happen at the state fairgrounds. All of this as the Arizona Secretary of State's legal counsel is sending a letter to Senate attorneys. They want to know how the voting equipment and millions of ballots will be secured and stored while the audit is on hold. So far, about 14% of the 2020 ballots have been recounted.
5 today, President Joe Biden will hold the highest level talks so far on his infrastructure plans. Senate and House leadership will meet at the White House to see if there are some areas they can compromise on. The president says he's willing to compromise on the increase to the corporate tax rate. He wants to use that to help pay for these plans. Tomorrow, President Biden is set to meet with a group of Republican lawmakers. Now, we know that he already met with Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema. That happened yesterday afternoon. The White House announcing a new partnership with Uber and Lyft to help get people vaccinated. You can get a ride to a vaccine site for free. Just go on to either rideshare app and select the site you want to go to. This offer will expire on July 4th.
Well, a CDC advisory committee meeting today to decide whether to recommend Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for kids between the ages of 12 and 15. The FDA granting emergency use authorization earlier this week. Now, if the CDC gives the thumbs up here, those shots could begin to be administered as early as tomorrow. Phoenix Rising will open up its stands to full capacity next month, and this will start with the team's match against San Diego June 5th at the new Wild Horse Pass Stadium. The general manager says with the vaccine now readily available, full capacity will allow season ticket holders to get back to their original seating locations. And get those calendars ready and that permanent ink too, Cardinals fans. At 5 o'clock, the 2021 schedule will be released for the upcoming season, and we already know who the Cardinals are going to play and where. But tonight, we are going to find out exactly when. This morning, the team announcing, giving us a little bit of a tease here. They're going to open the season on the road against the Tennessee Titans right there in the heart of Nashville. The Cardinals are holding a special event tonight in Tempe for fans, and our Craig Fouie is going to be breaking down the schedule along with key dates this evening here on ABC 15.
Yeah, can't wait for that. Our phones only have so much storage space for photos and videos, so a lot of people use cloud photo storage services. But on New This Morning, the Let You Know team breaks down a big change at one of the most popular storage sites and why it means you should act now.
Free unlimited storage space, even the ability to categorize what you upload.
Let's say you were on water, a river, an ocean. You can actually just type that in and Google Photos will just show you all those in chronological order.
Data Doctor's Ken Colburn says on June 1st, Google will no longer offer free unlimited storage. But there's some good news. You won't get charged until after you've used 15 gigabytes.
For most people, that's probably 2 or 3 years, maybe 4 years of photos that you can back up for free.
So 15 gigabytes of storage for free with Google, then $1.99 a month for up to 100 gigabytes. Still a better deal than Apple's 5 gigabytes of free storage for iPhone users, then 99 cents a month for up to 50 gigabytes after. And since that 15 gigabyte free storage limit doesn't start until next month, get busy. Until then, Google Photos remains totally free.
If you have a bunch of stuff you want to get uploaded, do so before June 1st. So that it doesn't count against that 15 gigabyte cap.
Google Pixel phone users will still get free unlimited storage. Also, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get free unlimited photo and 5 gigabytes of video storage. Wherever you decide to store photos, Colburn has some advice.
What you don't want to do is spread your photos all over all these different systems. You kind of want everything in one place so that you don't have to try to remember what's where.
Another good thing about storing photos this way, you won't have the same damage possibilities you'd have with disks and hard drives over time. Go to abc15.com/letjoeknow for more on photo storage. I'm investigator Joe Ducey. If you've got a problem, let me know.
All right, Joe, thank you. Up next here on ABC 15 Mornings, taking the permanent out of the early voting list. We continue our team coverage so you know what to expect when Arizona votes again.
Plus, a new craze coming to the social media site TikTok. This one doesn't include dancing. Instead, it's career help and resume reviews.
Governor Ducey signing a bill into law that could remove voters from Arizona's early ballot mailing list. And it would happen if a voter does not return at least one early ballot over the course of 4 years. So this morning we are joined by Navajo Nation President Jonathan Nez. Thank you for being here. Want to get right to this. You have been very vocal about your disagreement with the measure. So let's talk about your concerns.
Good morning, Kaylee. This is just not in the state of Arizona. This is a systematic approach to suppressing our votes throughout this country. You have Senate Bill 1485, Senate Bill 1713, Senate Bill 1106, Senate Bill 1003 that was signed last week. So this is a systematic approach to push back on voting. And, we hope that the state legislature acknowledges that, the elections and voting should be a lot easier for citizens throughout the country and, of course, in the state. But, with Senate Bill 1485, we believe it suppresses voters. And, with the new laws that have been enacted in the recent years here on the Navajo Nation, early voting is what our Navajo people do every election. And now with showing your ID and going to your county seat to verify votes, I see that some of these 150,000 people that are going to get removed from the permanent early voting list, I guess the permanent goes out the door now, the early voting list, many of them may be Navajos because some of them have to, if they don't have their ID, have to go to the county seat to verify their ballots. And, none of our county seats are on the Navajo Nation. You have to drive hundreds of miles and hours just to go to the county seat to get your ballot verified. And many of our people don't have the resources to do that.
So you're saying that these measures are going to make it much more difficult for people who struggle to get the information that's needed. There are supporters, though, who are claiming, President Nez, that the measure will actually ensure that ballots are not being mailed to voters who have maybe moved or are maybe no longer eligible to vote. Maybe they've passed on. What do you say to them?
Well, we have to keep the election process open for everyone. Now, I can see that removing people that may have passed should be delegated to the county recorders to do that. It shouldn't have to take a legislative action or even the governor's signature to do that. But here on Navajo, you got elders that don't even have birth certificates because they were born at home. And IDs, they might not be able to get IDs because they don't have a birth certificates. We have our own tribal IDs or tribal census cards that we can use, but some of the bills here don't even acknowledge that we have our own process to verify our citizens. For instance, the Senate Bill 1713 asks that they provide a date of birth and a driver's license. And, again, some of our Navajo citizens, especially our elders, are not able to have one. And it takes a long process to get our elders their birth certificate. So if they don't have it in multiple elections, they're going to get taken off the voting list.
So much of it is just about, making sense of what is happening and trying to make sure that our viewers know what's happening. And we do appreciate your insight this morning. This is President Jonathan Nez of the Navajo Nation. Thank you so much. Iris?
All right, but let's talk about that most accurate forecast as we look at conditions across the state. Phoenix dropping into the upper 60s, but that's, I think, as low as we're going to go this morning because the sun, it's been up for a little over half an hour now, and those temperatures are going to start to climb, of course, as the surface heats up. Across Arizona, though, we are still looking at some freezes in parts of our state, currently waking up to 31 degrees in Flagstaff, 20s at the Grand Canyon, and in Window Rock, not too far off from that freezing mark. Still pretty cold at 34 degrees, even in the 30s currently in Heber, 59 meanwhile in Globe. Across the Phoenix area, we've got widespread 60s. Now is the time to take advantage of these comfortable temperatures because we're not going to be here for a whole lot longer. If you're maybe planning to get outside, maybe going for a walk or even a run this morning, temperatures will be back into the 70s, likely sometime in that 7 o'clock hour in Phoenix and starting to pop up into the 70s across much of the rest of the valley. Then we're going to see the 80s, I think as early as 9 a.m., starting to get a little warmer by 10 o'clock at 84 degrees before our temperature peaks, before we see that temperature into the upper 90s by 2 p.m. We'll actually peak right around 100 today. As you look at those highs across the Phoenix area, Mesa tops out at 100, Tempe tops out at 100, Laveen also back into the triple digits. So today, adding another triple digit day to our ongoing tally. So far, it hasn't been that many this year, but we are going to be back into the hundreds in Phoenix, also western Arizona, Bullhead City, Lake Havasu, and Quartzsite, with temperatures in the 70s to 80s across northern Arizona. Kingman, though, topping out in the 90s today. Now, compared to the average high for this time of year, we're talking temperatures that are about 5 to 10 degrees above the normal high for this time of year. So still above normal, below the record though. Record today 109. Now, in addition to the hot weather, what may also keep you indoors is the air quality concerns. We talked about this yesterday. Today we are back under an ozone high pollution advisory, and now that alert has been extended to cover Pinal County too, as air quality will worsen across the area. And remember, ozone pollution, a clear pollutant that we can't see, but it will likely spike at those unhealthy levels by this afternoon. So you may want to limit your time outdoors, especially if you fall into one of the sensitive groups, maybe children, elderly, adults, anybody with any breathing sensitivities. If you suffer from COPD or things like asthma, breathing may be a little bit more difficult today because of those higher concentrations of ozone pollution. Know that tomorrow and Friday, we're looking at high pollution watches that could be upgraded to advisories, and then some improvements to that air quality this weekend as we start to track more winds, and those winds will hopefully start mixing up that air a little bit and also improving that air quality. They're going to usher in some cooler air too. I mean, we're not talking a huge drop in temperatures, but we'll see the hundreds today, tomorrow, and Friday, and then we're down into the 90s Saturday, Sunday, and early next week as we track a storm system that's going to be moving in. We'll talk about whether we're going to see any rain chances with it in that next full forecast.
Iris, thank you. New this morning, TikTok wants to help you find a job in the digital age. And the popular social media site reportedly working on a new job search feature. According to Axios, users will be able to post TikTok video resumes to connect with potential employers. Companies would also be able to use the app like a recruiting tool. Live music is coming back, and more big artists are announcing stops in the valley, including Arizona native Dierks Bentley. The country music star will take the stage at Action Pavilion in August. Tickets go on sale Friday morning. Also coming to the valley, Latin superstars Enrique Iglesias and Ricky Martin, who are touring together for the first time ever. They'll be performing at Gila River Arena in November. Those tickets are already on sale.
That's exciting. All right, Nick, thank you. Okay, this is big, guys, ahead on your Wednesday morning bulletin board. We're talking about how to have difficult conversations without causing a fight. Yeah, it's possible. And you do not have to ruin a relationship in order to get your point across.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Carla Navarrete. Did prom happen or not for your high schooler? This morning, I'm talking to parents and students who made sure that the celebration carried on even during this COVID year.
Thanks for watching ABC15 Arizona, streaming 24/7 on Roku and these streaming devices.
6:24 on this Wednesday, a new West Valley fire station is keeping firefighters' health in mind. Station 181 opens today in Goodyear. It's the second station geared towards cancer prevention.
We are one of the very first cities, and not only in Arizona, but across the nation, that is incorporating a lot of these new designs.
Fire Captain Manny Cordova gave ABC15 a tour when their first innovative station opened earlier this year. It's equipped with technology and safeguards to reduce exposure to cancer-causing chemicals. Research from the CDC shows firefighters have a 9% higher risk of being diagnosed with cancer. So more options on the way for Americans who are hearing impaired. Bo's just getting clearance from the FDA to sell its own devices for people with mild to moderate hearing loss. The sound control hearing aid costs $850 and don't require a trip to the audiologist. Prescription hearing aids can cost several $1,000s and are rarely fully covered by health insurance companies.
Okay, here we go. First, we are all guilty of being irrational. I mean, at least sometimes, right? And if you assume anything different, it is likely you are going to end up in an argument. On today's bulletin board, we're working to keep your day conflict-free with ways to approach really tough conversations with anybody. So first, regardless of what you're hoping to fix or make better, do not be a know-it-all. Keep in mind, when you start throwing around facts, it could blow up in your face. Why? Well, because most of us struggle to think clearly when we are mad. Also, when others feel threatened, and yep, the facts can do that to people, we go into protection mode. We get defensive, and some of us let that ugliness slip, and that's going to make things worse. If you are guilty of triggering someone you love, stop trying to win the argument. Make the conversation maybe about sharing information and asking what the other person is feeling. Also, make sure the person you are talking with feels safe enough to be heard, and avoid making statements, because when words get heated, statements, as you know, can be lethal. Finally, and this is a huge takeaway, communication is fostered by those who learn to be skillful at asking questions and then allowing others to see your point of view in their words, not yours. It's kind of tricky, but it's possible. And that is today's bulletin board.
Next at 6:30, panic at the pumps after a cyber attack shut down a crucial pipeline. Gas prices hit a milestone this morning that we haven't seen in years.
There is an effort underway right now to collect food donations ahead of those summer months. I'm going in depth to show you how desperately some items are needed for students here in the Valley.